presentations to them. And so thank you, Nelly. And Nicholas has been the backbone for the conference. He has helped us so much from the beginning. And yesterday he was with us for the whole day, and today he came like around 7:30. So thank you, Nicholas. Thank you so much. Great. Yeah, you can take your seats. And now I would like to call upon Hiram Kulkarni, and he is our Director for Strategy and Education Technology and co-founder, and my husband. So we are... Suddenly, I think you started because of that. Yeah, so suddenly it became louder too. Hiram is mainly working in the technology area for last 25 years of his life. He's a software engineer and turned educationist now, and we are working together for this mission of redefining education through creativity. So I welcome Hiram. When Hiram is coming here, I would like you to give him a round of applause, because he has won an award for educational leader from the World Education Congress that is going to happen in India in June, and he will receive that award in Mumbai.
Thank you, Shirin, and it's okay. We need it. Okay, so greetings to everyone. In Finland, we say tervetuloa. It's like a welcome, everyone. And this is a great moment for all of us at CC to have this, the 11th year of this conference. To do something for continuous 11 years, you understand the overall efforts, and it's the efforts of the entire team. And this is not only the efforts of the team, but this is the efforts of the entire community around us. We have tried to build the community of more than 12,000 educators across the globe, those who watch us on daily basis on the website or onto the channels, YouTube channel and everything. And we host this conference every year so that we can come together, see each other. And now there is a trend changing from going from the in-person conferences to the hybrid conferences. So as of now, we can see few participants here, and also we have some participants. We can see somewhere camera is here. So I think someone over here. So greetings to all of you, and welcome to everyone who is also. Few professor, we start with Dr. Christoph Penivesi. my colleague Shirin, my colleague Simran, and as well as we have been working with the various Kingdom of Bahrain, Ministry of Education. So he has been a great help because Dr. Khalid Al-Bakr was a representative of Kingdom of Bahrain in the first symposium on creative education, and he has been working with us tirelessly, and he has been a great contributor to getting the review for all this together. So this is a combination of overviews that we did together, and so we have approximately 362 papers, abstracts, which has been reviewed, worked, and as well as presented during all these 10 years. And out of which we have published 4 publications, which are the collections of the articles, which are available on our website, and also they are available on the various publication streams as well. And out of which we have recorded 45 paper sets. So this is what I'm telling you is the combination of the review of this all 362 papers, but out of which main these 45 paper sets, what I have collected together. And we will be publishing this paper in the month of August. It will be also published on one of the conference here is in Jyväskylä. We have, which is a second presentation of me other than my main paper. So, but we have still 3 more months to collect more feedbacks from this conference as well, so that I will reiterate one more version of this presentation towards the end of that. So let's see how we start together. The idea of redefining education through creativity, which you see our motto, even though it looks like the kind of a big vision, we broke them into the steps, and we have, on the first year of our conference, we had a vision that this will go for years together with a stepped plan. And in that we first said that, okay, what is our goal? What we are coming here? We are coming here for students. We are coming here for learners and learning community. So the theme for the first conference was on the introduction to the innovative educational approaches. And we discussed around 8 major topics under that part. And the major outcome of that conference, which happened in 2014, was we had the initial hackathon over there. We started with one workshop. And at the end of the workshop, we have 6 new methods, pedagogical approaches, which we contributed through the participants like you. So all the participants who were present, at that time everything was physical. We were around hundreds of participants in the same conference hall, and we had a lot of workshops together, and it was a major output for that. The theme for the second was we then moved towards the technological innovations. So how the technology integration is working in the context of curriculum design, assessment, developing the new ways of learning. So that was a second year's theme, and then we had quite a good brainstorming on that part, because in 2015 it was a very early start for us to navigate through many changes, and at that time we were working with the 2 major ministry projects in India, with Ministry of Chhattisgarh, and as well as we were working in Kingdom of Bahrain at that time. So it was a good impact at that time. And then it came to the combination of 4 consecutive years in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. And I want you to go through these themes where we moved from the more towards education, that what we want to evolve as a creative education or creativity as a context, where we concentrated mainly on the cross-curricular approach as a main theme, and fostering creativity for the education. Then also we discussed, normally we put our theme as a positive theme always, like happiness, role of technology, positive AI and all these things. But 1 year we decided, okay, we have to see some challenges, what challenges, and we can be open enough for those challenges and how we can solve. We have a lot of positivity within our room always, so that even though the theme looks challenges, towards the end we came up with a very positive solutions for that. So 2017 was a very landmark year for us because it was the Finland's 100th years of independence. So we had the Suomi 100, which is a Finland 100-year celebration, and in that year of the celebration we had that particular conference was awarded as one of the prominent conference for the Suomi 100 celebrations at that time, and we also got the felicitation from the, at that time, Prime Minister of Finland, His Excellency. And at that time we discussed on the various obstacles and potential solutions on the creativity, and as well as how we connect the various solutions together. Then we moved to the 18th and 19th year, 2018-19, where we concentrated mainly on the strategies of the equity in education. I think there are a few countries we can definitely name whose equity directly proportional to the quality in education, Finland being one of them. And we can see, as well as we have some researchers here from Canada, so we can see one of the example over there as well. So we discussed in that conference, we had the participants from Canada, Finland, Vietnam, India at that time, and it was a good example to learn from different systems on the equity and education quality together. And then we discussed on the pedagogical innovations and student-centered learning in 2019. This was a time we can just take overview. So we collected first 6 symposiums and we did the analysis first, because after this something will be changing in this conference. So let's see some of the observations and notes what I collected together through all the abstracts and all the presentations which were done by the speakers at that time, and as well as the papers which were published. This conference is really reflecting the societal change in a process that technology integrations in the classrooms is evident, but that technology integration speed at which it is getting integrated was very minimal, or the speed was very slow. In fact, if you see the all other industries versus all other fields, domains versus the education domain was far, far behind in the technology embracement. That was evident during all these papers, and that was a kind of a critical view was been presented on the embracing technology during these 6 years of the presentations actually. But I think we prioritized on the well-being, inclusivity, and future readiness. That was a common theme which was seen across the papers, and also we did the literature review on the global perspectives in the education, how it is changing. So those are the areas that we emerged as a part of major shift in the, we could be able to see that trend very critically. In the paper, we have given detailed analysis on the data points, as well as what kind of evidences or what kind of observations we have made. We will be sharing that presentation as well as with you. But the critical part, what we saw is that the integration of the well-being and global perspective in the curriculum was a major theme across all 5 years. And that was a kind of broader perspective what we can see in these 5 years. One observation was that almost 25%, like quarter of the presentations and the focused, which came from the, at that time, Global South, were on the academic performances. They were totally targeted towards the performance, the keywords within that part, the student ability to perform, or the learning outcomes, grades, and correspondingly areas. But then something happened in 2020. And I hope everybody know about that actually, so I don't need to repeat, but that's a major change. But in the context of CCE, we had a positive change. The world was embracing the COVID, and we were embracing the creativity within chaos of COVID. And at that time, we were super happy, and we were really excited that the United Nations were celebrating the Creativity and Innovation Week. And this is the week that we are celebrating now. This is the week of creativity and innovation. And at that time, we proposed an idea to Professor Pekka Nettanmäki that we would like to celebrate this week. And then he said that, okay, you have already a conference going on. Why not we combine these 2 days together and start a new version of this conference? So the 21st April is being celebrated as WCID, World Creativity and Innovation Day. This is exactly 6 days after the Leonardo da Vinci's birthday. And this is to encourage the creative thinking and as well as celebrating all forms of creativity. So this was a start, and then Professor Pekka gave us a vision. So he said on the day one that we have a vision to develop future-ready creative education. That was a single line, and he said that, okay, let's start working together on this line. My colleague, Dr. Christoph Enevasi, Shirin, me and Pekka were together for 2 complete days for brainstorming to understand what is his vision, and then we drived on the plan. And this was exactly in December 2019, just after our 6th symposium. And we planned that we will have a conference in April 2020, and on March 2020, the lockdown started. Just 1 month before the conference, we had almost more than 80 registrations confirmed. Everything was planned, and on the last day, on 25th of March, we have to send email that this is going to extend further. Sorry, and we have to do something else. And for that matter, why I'm called this as my family of community of educators, because at that time, it was not everyone within the world was in the chaotic part, but we found the positivity within educators. All the participants of the conference, they said, we are perfectly fine to have this conference online in virtual mode. And then we took the permission from Professor Pekka, and we converted that conference from physical conference to online conference in a matter of only 10 days. And we had more than 75 confirmed participants at that time. 80 was the whole guest, everything. And everybody was present online on that day, on 21st April. Together, and it was a kind of a theme was that responses to COVID-19. So it was a response to COVID pandemic. So it was a chaotic creativity. That was the theme of the conference, and it was amazing response for us. And we delved into the remote and hybrid learning experiences during that conference. Also, 2021 was a follow-up of the COVID itself. We could not have the physical conference, and then we could be able to have it online. And at that time, we had more than 12,000 active visitors visiting our live conference for 3 consecutive days. It was quite a long conference. It's an online conference. And at that time, we concentrate on the effective teaching methods for remote learning. That was a theme. So this was the kind of initial feedback for the physical conference, which moved to the online, and this was been very well celebrated. The post-COVID-19, we continued our journey in 2022, but we have to also see this year as April 2022, and also again something happened in the February 2022. We have our friendly neighbor here. And because of that, something happened on 24th February 2022, if you remember. Still things are going on. We want this at that time, but Again, we had a good response from the educators, and at that time we concentrate on the sustainability as a major theme at that time. And last year, we concentrated on the future-ready skills and career-oriented education, mainly on the education technology as a perspective. And last year, we had amazing response altogether through this conference. Some of the post-COVID observations we could be able to get through the presentations and abstracts, and they were mainly onto there is an increased footprint on the having the online presence, but the topics are changing more towards analytical understanding of the students. At least we could see more than 30% of the abstracts which were presented, as well as papers who were presented, were based on the analytics part, and also on the innovative pedagogies. Earlier, we were concentrating more towards student-centered learning, but now we are concentrated toward learning-centered pedagogies. So that's a major shift what we can be able to see. Also, we can see that shift in the more towards transversal competences, including skills, attitude, and values, which are being together as a woven as a practical feedback to challenges in 21st century. And then also there were almost more than 12 papers were presented or published based on the COVID response challenges and innovations during COVID. So this is the overall challenge that what we have been seeing. That was the history, and this is why I presented you as a kind of context, is that you should know that this comes from the history of various deliberations, what is happening in the past. But now we are here, and we have the happiest country in the world for 7th year. But we tried to delve into that happiness in last 3 days, where we have participants from USA, from some other countries as well. We came together and we went through Finnish schools, we went through forest, we went through sauna, and we tried to see whether Finns are really happy, or is it true claim that Finland is the happiest country. And maybe they can tell you more about that, whether it's true or not. It's not me who should claim on that, but they will tell during their presentations. But this conference, we are here to really think that, okay, what is the role of happiness in nurturing creativity? Yesterday we were talking with Professor Pathak whether the creative people are happy, or does the happiness leads to creativity? So both the questions are important. Maybe first question we have very critical views, but maybe second question is a very positive views, and that can see from the literature review across different domains. So with this part, the major theme and scope for this conference, we are having major these topics that we will be discussing next 2 days: nurturing creativity with happiness, socio-emotional learning, students' happiness and its impact, online engagement challenges. We are having amazing presenters from different countries here, and we are really happy to know that there are some topics on artistic intelligence and as well as multilingual learners. So these are the various topics. I hope that you can refer your respective topics, and we are really looking forward to have this as a kind of a backdrop for all the presentations together. So with this context in place, I would like to again say that this is our motto of redefining education through creativity, but now we have to just come a bit more towards focus towards the overall well-being, and that's our objective at CC Finland, to come together for that. And we are super happy and excited to have Lapinranta Lahti Technological University and Jyväskylä is collaborating with us for that. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Hiram, for setting the stage. And now we are going forward. I need to change the slides. Okay. Can I ask all of you to stand? Lot of sitting is not good. Great. Now we want to open the symposium officially, and we all will do it together with the countdown. Okay? Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's start. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's done. So thank you very much. Please sit down. No. So we are officially opened the symposium now, and now I would like to call upon Professor Tuomo Sainio to, on behalf of LUT, to welcome you all. And here is his introduction. He is a very well-known scientist. So, Tuomo, Professor Tuomo, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, distinguished speakers, on behalf of LUT University, I'm honored to welcome you all to our campus for the 11th International Symposium on Creative Education. My name is Tuomo Sainio. I'm professor in chemical engineering at the School of Engineering Science. I'm one of the approximately 120 scientists of LUT working here on Lahti campus. It is really a pleasure to see each of you who have gathered here to participate in the symposium. LUT University is proud to host this event organized by CCE Finland. In our daily teaching and research work, we emphasize curiosity. We frequently refer to our campuses and our academic community as the land of the curious. The theme of this symposium is therefore most fitting to our campus in Lahti. Curiosity and joy of learning are closely linked. When we are curious, we are not only seeking knowledge, but we also experience the excitement and the joy of learning. A curious learner is a happy learner, right? When speaking of happiness, one cannot avoid noting that Finland was again ranked as the happiest nation in the world. Yet, when you discuss this with this fantastic result with a Finn, they might be quick to downplay it. We are not actually happy, we are just content, you may hear. By the same token, we don't directly measure students' happiness at Finnish universities, we measure their content or satisfaction. According to several national surveys, the students of LUT University are the most satisfied with their university experience. This is a result we take great pride in, and a result that we are not so quick to downplay. A question arises, what is LUT University doing right? I'm not entirely sure, but I trust the experts attending the symposium could identify several aspects, perhaps through a field study by observing the inhabitants of the land of the curious. All I can say is I believe that we have succeeded in fostering a sense of belongingness and in creating a community, or perhaps multiple interlinked smaller communities. That is one of the benefits of studying in a smaller university. The program of this symposium promises to advance our understanding about the role of happiness in nurturing creativity. We are all looking forward to the presentations. When going through the titles, it's remarkable to me how many different angles this question can be approached from. I represent Finland in the European Federation of Chemical Engineers Working Party for Education. We meet 2 or 3 times a year to discuss the current developments in chemical engineering education. While creativity is included in our curriculum recommendations, I must admit that we have never understood that creativity and happiness are interlinked. When I first saw the driving question of the symposium, does happiness lead to creativity, I was immediately reminded by a quote I once saw on the internet. It was claimed to be from the physicist Richard Feynman. Besides his work on quantum electrodynamics and the famous path integrals, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize, he is often said to have been an exceptionally good teacher. He's 60 years old, lectures are still available as books and videos. Bill Gates took time to write an article about Feynman with the title, "The Best Teacher I Never Had." The Feynman quote goes something like this: "Students don't need a great teacher. Students need a happy teacher who is going to make them excited to come to school and grow a love for learning. I trust you will not forget about the happiness of the teacher as a source of creativity as well." Thank you for bringing your ideas and your energy to our campus. I wish you all an inspiring and a happy symposium.
Thank you, Professor Tuomo. You gave us very nice examples and set the context for the remaining 2 days. So we got your point, and happy teacher is the most important to bring the creativity to the classroom. So thank you so much. Now moving forward, I would like to call upon Professor Pekka Neittanmäki to give his wise words as a UN chair. You want any slides or something?
No. Dear participants, it is very nice to be here in Lahti. This city is well-known city of winter sport, one of the most famous in the world. If you try ski jumping, it is even in summertime possible. As you have heard that this is meeting number 11. It was 6th time in Tampere, and then 4th time in Jyväskylä. Herm is very smart person, but he doesn't tell about himself at all. But I can say that this meeting, which he described 2021, was not possible without his technology, because his team has developed this platform where we could realize this kind of meeting. First time in the world, I think. And he is engineer. He has worked in Nokia, and later in studies in Tampere University Technology, and developed as well this digital platforms. And the digital platforms is in future in our goal that we say that we are next time we will speak about digital machine learning supported digital platforms, which can be our dream is to have a global school. That is topics of our next years. Jyväskylä is well known in education. We are in ranking list in some in top 50 or top 100, and we have a education research center and STEAM global network in Jyväskylä. And this is Lappeenranta is at the moment most innovative university in Finland. A campus in Lappeenranta and here, and it is growing very, very fast. Vice rector of the university is he studied in Jyväskylä, and we are happy to follow his successful career as a vice rector in education. And I can tell two stories. You said that we were problem in 2020, but I can tell two other things. Many years ago, there was in Chernobyl this nuclear reaction was broken, and smoke came to Finland. What to do? What to do? And we have organized in Jyväskylä already 30 times international summer semester. And 1 year we had more than 500 students in Jyväskylä. More than 10% of them were Russian, and revolution in Russian started. Some 100 kilometers from here. What to do? So we have experience of special situation in Finland. So, Herram, your team has been done extremely nice work in technology and new innovation, as you have heard, and we are very welcome to be here. Thank you very much.
The slides aren't changing as quickly as so Simran just sent.
Okay. It takes some time. There's a lag. Yeah, so thank you, Professor Pekka, for your support and your wise words. So we are at the next level, and at CCE we believe that we believe in innovation, as we call ourselves like Council for Creative Education. So we have to also show our creativity, and we have to bring in our creativity. So we encourage all our team members to design new things. So one of our colleagues, Simran Bulani, she has been working on these two innovations with the rest of the team. And I will call Nelly to explain one of the innovation about social emotional learning that we have bring in. So Nelly, please come here. You can change the slides from here. Okay.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Nelli Louhivuori and I am the Pedagogical Director for CCE Finland. My role as a Pedagogical Director is to develop new programs for CCE, to work with my colleagues, gather new ideas and help my teammates to design these new programs. And as Shirin just said, I will today tell you more about our new programs that we are announcing, and the heart of this new program is my colleague Simran, who is today following us online, and I am happy to tell you more about these SEL programs that we have designed, but especially she, as I said, is the heart of these programs. Today and tomorrow we will discuss a lot, we will talk a lot about well-being and happiness, and with CCE we thought that we need a new program, we need a new training that trains educators to take into consideration the well-being of schools, the teachers, the students, the families' perspective. And this social emotional learning is such an important topic that we need to design something around that. And we have two different programs. We have shorter 6 weeks program, SEL 101, which is introduction course, Introduction to SEL, and how to build the foundation to understand the social emotional learning from the teacher's perspective, but also from the student's perspective. So to teach the students how they can recognize their own emotions, how they can manage their emotions. Also, the teacher needs to understand the same things and discover maybe own emotions first. Then when the school and the teachers and the students are understanding these concepts, then we can also share this information and knowledge with the families. So we take into consideration all these three different aspects: families, teachers, and the students. Then we also have the SEL 102, which is Diploma in SEL, how to become an expert of social emotional learning, and that is for 6 months. I will now show you some highlights of these two programs. So highlights of this first 6 weeks course are to explore core of SEL, and this model is based on the Castle model of social emotional skills. Then we also talk about how to foster well-being. We talk about self-care strategies. Then Finnish inspired learning environment, and then how to integrate SEL into your local context, your local curriculum. This training is self-paced with live sessions, and as a bonus, the participants will have counseling sessions with CCE. You will also here see the prices for the course, the price for the course, and we have this early bird price if you enroll before May 15. So this one is for 6 weeks, but then we also have the Diploma in Social Emotional Learning, SEL 102, and the highlights of that diploma are that we have taken into consideration the psychological foundations underlying SEL, so you will understand the psychology behind emotions and how to take that information into consideration. Then essential life skills, specialization opportunities, and then you will also have the advanced certification. Also with this diploma you will have self-paced course with live sessions and also bonus counseling sessions. I am also happy to tell, especially for our 11th Symposium resident participants, that you will have a special offer. We have a special offer for you. So those who have this week participated our residential program, you will have the course for free. And we are happy to start with you. You will be the first batch of the course. So yes, thank you. And now I will call my colleague Joachim here to tell you more about CCE Finland's accreditation program. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and especially people also following us online today. It is just wonderful to have you here, see some new and existing faces from all around the world. And especially to come here together to celebrate education and educators all around the world who are working tirelessly for their learners and for their communities to develop these services and seeing the future generations as well. So my name is Joachim Rowley, and I work here at CCE as an education growth manager. And that can mean a lot of different things, but for me the most important thing is to really support our existing community of educators and connections, that we can keep working and supporting them as well for the future. But of course, when it comes to creativity, education and innovation, we cannot stay still. And what I really have to do and what I'm passionate about is to look forward and look further about different opportunities. And in order to do that, I cannot work alone. We cannot work alone as CCE from here in Finland. We need our community, we need our network, we need you, both here in Finland and abroad, to help us do that in order to provide these services and innovate them to serve the rest. When we talk about these new services, there's something I'd really like to introduce you to, and which is CCE Finland's accreditation. We all are connected here by somehow Finnish education. We are connected by education and the passion for innovative and serving our learners and communities as well. But it's something that we want to guide and aid our network in order to reach some of the best parts of the Finnish education policies, while respecting the national education policies as well. Because we also understand that whatever works in Finland, we cannot copy and paste to the rest of the country. For example, we want to take some innovation and get to Thailand or the US. We also have to respect the national education policies there. So we cannot simply copy and paste it. We have to look into what are the best parts of the Finnish education policies and localize them together with our connections there, because you are the best specialist who can help us do that. But this is a way to showcase and highlight something that the countries and these educators are already doing, and not to stay in silos. Just to show a little bit further about that.
Discover the thrill of educational innovation as you set out on a transformative adventure with the Council for Creative Education Finland, CCE Finland, accreditation. Unveil Finnish recognition for your institution through 3 simple steps, showcasing a steadfast commitment to elevating educational standards.
There we are. When it comes to accreditation, what I can best describe it is combining the best parts of both Finnish education policies, but also the local context. So taking the best of 2 worlds. And what our role at CCE is to really guide in that process. And I'll show some of the following steps how to get started with the accreditation. With our accreditation, it really starts from applying for the program, and it's a really reflective process where we look at the infrastructure, where we look at what currently the school or the organization is doing. And that's not only for our review, but it's also for the organization and school to really reflect what they're currently already doing, highlighting and spotting those successes, but also the ones that they want to develop and to get closer to some of the Finnish education policies that they are after. That is quite a rigorous process, but it's such a rewarding process as well. And that is required in order to, for our assistant and specialist team to start reviewing the material, and we'll give feedback about the process itself. That is required before moving to the analysis section, where we provide this gap analysis and complete 360 review of the current situation, where we are standing in the line of Finnish education policies. And the highlight is our on-site visit, where we come and visit the school organization, interview the school, the staff members, the learners, the parents. We meet the entire school to be able to really get a proper understanding of where the school is and what can we do in order to support them. And with this process going on, we will be having the acknowledgement part, where we'll be also highlighting and showcasing the successes and hard work of that school. We will be sharing this in our network and in our services as well. But as this is something we've been working really hard on, we're not the only one who've been really working hard, and we have some first accredited members in online as well. So I wanted to introduce them as well. Mahmoud from the Farid organization. They are the first organization working in the MENA region, where they really want to work towards character development and well-being programs online for ages 3 to 15. They are experts in backed curriculum, and they want to empower families, schools, and government in their own region. Their really vision and mission is to building this brighter future, one child at a time. So congratulations and thank you for your hard work for the entire organization. And a quick word from them themselves.
I am Mr. Mahmoud, representing Farid from the MENA region. Today, I'm honored to announce a significant step forward for our educational institution. We're thrilled to be the first organization in the MENA region to embark on the accreditation journey with the Council for Creative Education Finland. This decision reflects our unwavering commitment to educational excellence. CCE Finland accreditation process will provide invaluable guidance in implementing Finnish educational practices and ensuring we meet the highest international standards while fostering a culture of innovation within our institution. So congratulations to CCE Finland on your 11th Symposium.
Thank you so much. And as I mentioned, we are offering this to different programs, different organizations, and different schools. And here we have the first school taking part of this journey with us, and we couldn't be happier to introducing Dr. Madhura Badke and her hardworking team from India who have been working tirelessly for this process as well. And a quick word from them as well.
A very warm good morning. I am Mrs. Arjuman Jhanjaria, the secondary headmistress of AM Naik School, Powai, Mumbai, in the country of India. We are extremely excited to announce that we are officially embarking on the accreditation journey with Council of Creative Education Finland. CCE Finland's unique accreditation process, combined with the essence of Finnish education system with the principles of India's national education policy, is a perfect combination for us. We are confident that this partnership will elevate our institution to new heights, both nationally and internationally. It will foster a culture of innovation in our school. Heartfelt congratulations to CCE Finland for hosting your 11th Symposium on Creative Education Finland. We congratulate you and wish you all the very best for fostering innovative education. We look forward to this tie-up with you, and once again, we are extremely excited and thrilled to have you join us. Thank you very much. Wishing us all a wonderful journey.
Thank you so much. It is really inspiring to see all these faces from around the world and all the hard work. The next, we talked a little bit about the accreditation progress itself, but if you want to get more involved, you can find this QR link here and further information from our website. We'll be happy to discuss and collaborate together with this. Now, Simran, Shirin, I will ask you further.
Great, thank you so much, Joachim. Just a small announcement, like we have been watched live by more than 2,000 people online, and 50 are our participants, and they are visiting our page CCE's webpage, so they are watching the conference from there as well. So thank you so much for who are watching us online. Now I would like to call upon Professor Pekka Abrahamsson to give his keynote address about learning and creativity in the age of AI. He is well known for his concept of happy coder, the creative coder. So he is the apt person to give us the opening keynote address for this conference. As you can read that he is a full professor of software engineering at Tampere University, where he leads the Research Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence, AI Hub, and the GPT labs where large language models are developed and tested. He is considered as an authority in this field for last 25 years, and he has been cited 17,000 times. So thank you so much for being here, and I'm very proud of being a university student, like Tampere University student myself. I'm doing my doctoral studies there, so hope to collaborate with you in future. Please, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Would like to put your laptop here.
So let's take a 1 minute technical break. We're changing the computer, so. Let's check the sound system. All right. And if I go, very good. No, I don't need that. Let me go here. Oops. Let me just check something. Let's do the sound check. Sound up a bit.
The saints are crippled on the sinner's night. Lost are the lambs with no guiding light. Lost can roll and thunder, the rock's about to roll. It's the rock.
Good morning, everyone. Very nice to be here. We will stop the sound check now. Let's go to my presentation. Well, what you just saw and witnessed is very special to me as well, because you saw Lordi that presented in Eurovision Song Contest 2006, and they won in the first time of the history of Finland, the history of Eurovision Song Contest. They won the competition, and of course all the Finns were terrified when we sent those monsters, because we will be so ashamed that they will be the last. But frankly, we had been the last for a number of times before they went and won the game. And this gentleman, the lead of the band, Lordi, is actually my neighbor from Rovaniemi, Finland, where I come from. So the world is very small these days, and I'm very happy and honored to be here. And let's do something brave together. So my name is Pekka Abrahamsson, Professor of Software Engineering at Tampere University. And what I want to talk about, of course, is something that is very, very close to our hearts and minds. So creativity and learning in the age of finally that we have the AI. We have talked about the AI for the past 50 years with more excitement or less excitement. There has been these things called AI winter, always coming after the expectations. If I remember correctly, in 1980s, everything's going to be automated. And what we got out of the 1980s was Lotus Notes, and nobody even remembers that time. Then came Excel, and since then we have been in Excel world. And anytime somebody mentioned digitalization or something like that, outcome has been an Excel. Until now, we have finally the user interface that we can engage with the AI. And what comes out is magnificent. It's something like makes us so talented. You saw the video of the wonderful video that was by CCE. It was made by AI. I guess maybe not, but it looked like the one that I've seen done. We all have started to use it because it actually enables us to communicate. Does it make us more creative? Does it make us better? Do we learn faster? These are key questions that I'd like to engage in dialogue with you. But first, I, of course, want to impress myself, so I made some music. Because this is what you do these days. You can do music. And believe me, I'm not a musician. But when using a service that has studied all the music in the world, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. And then even I, with the click of a button, can make a song for you. So let's see what I was able to do. Of course, this is a demo effect, so it would not work. But if it doesn't work, it was a nice song anyway. So let's try it out anyway. Here we go. And the demo effect is here.
In the daylight, our bodies in sync. The beat drums hard, we're caught up in the blink.
I'm not going to ask you to stand and dance with me, but you know, professionals can do a little bit of things like this as well.
But it's for the last time's sake. Electricity in the air.
Oops. Let me go further. And then, of course, music is one thing. So now suddenly we all are musicians. But that's not all. Many of us have seen Sora, the product of a company called OpenAI. And they are now in the business of also making videos out of text prompts. So now I will show you something that actually has shaken up the movie industry completely already. And I will just put it running. And so here you can see, if we're traveling back in time, how does the Western country back in the US actually could look like. And of course, this is completely hallucinated and there's nothing real. And when we go behind the corner here, you actually can see that there's a building that has no roof. But maybe that's the whole idea of the building, that doesn't have a roof. But in Finland, it would be very cold to be in that building. And here you can see that, you know, you can jump on a train and suddenly you can see something that looks very real. And here you see the kind of the glimpses and views that can be created with just a text prompt. And this is quite impressive. It looks like a flock of birds. And here you can see the problems that we still have, so that is not working perfectly yet. But I'm sure that they are fixing this chair issue soon. But when we see these things, we have a puppy like this back home. It's quite amazing what you can do. So now, suddenly, out of the blue, November 22, we started having these tools that make you, me, everyone, Leonardo da Vinci. We can at least say or pretend that we are that. What does that mean? That is the key question. One thing it means that we have become terrified. For years we have thought that AI will come and steal our jobs. Well, in the movie industry, this is reality. When I said it has changed the movie industry already, a $500 million investment in a new studio in California was cancelled when Sora Video was launched. So $500 million, that means livelihoods, that means business. And the reason was that you don't need to go in the moon or build the moon, shoot in the moon, or come to Lapland in Finland, or go wherever in the world. You can do that inside the studio. So it does have a huge impact. And while this kind of dystopia is in one way about a threat, the way I see, the way I like to explain to people what is an AI and how should we react to it, it's more like this. So if you think like the AI will come and take all our livelihoods away, so I ask you to think about your kitchen and the toaster in the kitchen. And when you look at the toaster, you don't feel so threatened. It does pretty good what it's supposed to do. It warms the bread. So does the AI. It does very well what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to create text. It is supposed to create image. It's supposed to create that video or music. That is the idea, and it works. But it has as much emotional intelligence, awareness of the location as a toaster. And that's where it stays. It's going to be a toaster until there will be the next leap. The transformer architecture, the things that everybody is doing right now, is actually not allowing us to even see the time when such an awareness could be developed. So for time being, we just enjoy the fact that the toaster is there. But one word about my background. So I have been so lucky that I have had a chance to serve in a number of universities, most recently a colleague with Pekka and Tommi, so and University of Jyväskylä. And before that, I was working in Norway, Norwegian University of Science and Technology. And then I had a chance also to work in Italy, Free University of Bolzano and University of Helsinki. And I started my career as a software developer. And like the whole of Finland was employed by Nokia, so was I. So I was developing software for Nokia to predict some systems and sales and stuff. And on the right hand, you see also that I've been very active in. I didn't start my career wanting to be somehow always the first or doing something. But I've realized that I am always getting very excited to hear that these are the new developments. If you look at the Gartner hype cycle, so when things are becoming very interesting, that is the time I jump in. And we have now made very nice strides in this AI area, and I'm happy to share some of the results. We did author a paper now that comes in IEEE Access about, in my field, so field of software engineering, how the generative AI shapes that field, which is very interesting because it's a field dominated by humans. Imagine 80% of the software code in the beginning of 23 was still inserted by human hands. And that's just completely crazy because humans and their 10 fingers, or how many fingers you want to have or have, is not the optimum instrument to create these systems. But it has been a manual labor, it has been like artisan work, and even software engineers, they have called themselves artists. And so I'd like to challenge that thinking, and I will show you something that will blow your minds away, and hopefully it is shaping the tomorrow as well. And at the same time, we are trying to explore limits. This is a presidential debate that we did early this year, when the actual presidential elections were ongoing in Finland. So we harvested and trained AI with all the candidate data, and we had an AI agent to interview these AI agent candidates who were trained with the data from real candidates. And it became a very interesting dialogue, and unfortunately it's in Finnish, but still it was something that was well perceived, and then the Finnish people were able to engage in a dialogue with these candidates of their choosing. So that was kind of a way we work. So running these experiments, trying to see, and then also coming out in public to show that what is possible. So let's show what is possible. As a scientist, of course, one key element, and the only key element on how we verify that science is progressing, is peer review. That's the only way scientific outcomes are actually validated. So I will present you Jaska. very Finnish name. My good friend, who I have made to be my scientific paper reviewer, and I will give you her link. You see at the bottom of the screen, Jaska, paper reviewer. If you follow that link, you can also use Jaska. And to make things easier, I made Jaska to be a seasoned researcher in all areas of science. I mean, it's much better than just one particular area like creativity, but you know, just to make sure that chemistry is as easy as. And let's try Jaska out, so let's see how Jaska works.